Alright, hey everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Unconventional Outdoorsman. Sorry I didn't post yesterday, I was taking the day off. But today we're doing Outdoor Survival episode 4, I believe. It might be 4, not sure. But we're going to go over some different types of fire starting equipment when you're out in the outdoors. And I'm definitely not going to show all of them, I'm just going to go over a couple. Definitely anywhere I go camping or anything like that, I'm going to bring a flipping blowtorch, because why not? Obviously that's not the most efficient. Well, it is very efficient, but it's not going to last you long. Where those tanks, after about 3 or 4 days, it's probably going to run pretty low if you're setting a few fires to start campfires or cook food or whatever. So the first thing we're going to go over is some waterproof matches. So I've got them in this little waterproof case here. So you basically, it comes like this, and you open it up. It's got the little place you strike them on, and I'll probably make a video about how long these last. And the cool thing about these, I'll show them real quick. They're a lot different than like a normal pack of matches. These, you can literally light them in the rain, and the rain's not going to blow them out. They're windproof. They're mostly waterproof. Now, of course, if they get soggy or anything, they're going to be, hey Ruger, hey Midnight, my dog's right there, I'm sorry. But these are basically almost completely waterproof unless they're wet when you take them out of the packaging. Basically, the only way you can put these out if they're on fire until they run out is to dunk them or completely submerge them in some form of liquid that's not going to be flammable, so like water, Coca-Cola, Gatorade, whatever. If you dunk them in that, then of course they're going to go out. But I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not going to light it here, but you just strike it on there, and you've got about 5 to 10 seconds worth to set them in your kindling or whatever. And speaking of kindling, I'm going to go over one of my favorite ways to start a fire. Say you're in an area with a lot of damp leaves, a lot of damp brush or whatever they're going to be used to start your fire. Some good laundry lint is always good. This is kind of disgusting to hold. It's got a mixture of dog hair and clothing particles in it. This is out of a dryer. So if anybody owns a dryer, which most people in the West do, you can always, I always take about a good handful, maybe 2 handfuls, and put them in a plastic bag like this. If I go camping, I'll double wrap it to make sure no moisture gets in. Obviously, that's a great way. They're extremely flammable. You even get a little bit of a spark in there. It's going to light it on fire very quickly, which brings us on to our next thing. A good flint and steel. Now, obviously, you can pick them up for like $2. This is a nicer one. Of course, it's not the nicest, but it's basically a basic magnesium stick, and you, let's see if I can, okay, that's not going to work for me right now. Obviously, I'd probably take that off, but I've got this Roku knife that I made a review on, and basically you just, like that, you know? Nothing too difficult. I'll do it again for you. And you can start your fire that way. Make sure my table doesn't light on fire. I probably shouldn't have these matches right there. That would be very bad if they lit on fire. But yeah, so these last pretty good. You can probably get anywhere from 500 to 1,000 strikes on them before you probably have to get a new one. This one only cost me like $10, I think, maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see what brand it is. Swedish Fresh steel, made in Sweden. So obviously the Swedes are very good at making outdoors equipment, whether it's fillet knife, fire starters, or anything. So something good like that. It's very simple. It's so small, it weighs about like an ounce. You can literally keep it in your pocket and just walk around with you all day. Obviously, sometimes if the ground is damp or your leaves are damp or whatever, your kindling is damp, something like this is going to be very instrumental in getting your fire started. Wow, I just dropped that on the ground. But yeah, I always keep this. And then obviously I showed that SOG knife in a couple videos ago with a little package, some more of these. I mean, this holds about 50 or so. Obviously, not the most, you know, doesn't hold as many as you might want if you're going to be out for a week or so. But I mean, if you really know how to start a fire pretty well, obviously I would probably rather carry a flint and steel over matches, because one of these, once you light it, it's basically done for. Also, for example, if I took the little lint here, and I set it down on my pile of leaves, and I put a few of these down on here like so. Let me show you the camera. I put them on there. That's obviously a complete ass load worth of them. But if I did that, then I just lit one of these and I let it ignite a little bit and I just set it on there, it's gonna basically start one heck of a blaze. So definitely be careful. Don't light these inside your house. Don't try that at home. This is just meant for, you know, outdoors uses, camping, hunting, survival kind of stuff. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of those like cheap 4-packs of waterproof matches. Those are good. Obviously, the starters on them aren't as good as something like this. You get a few extra when you buy something like this. Get like 1 or 2. I'm not sure. This is closed. I think it's just 1, but you've got it on both sides, and you can basically just slide it out of here or pry it out of here and put a new one in whenever you need it. But yeah, when you got a flint and steel, like I went over that in a minute ago, a good knife, because obviously, or you can just sharpen that a little bit. That's going to be kind of annoying. You're probably going to have to, let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm not very good with that. That's why I carry an extra knife on me. That's one of the main reasons. But yeah, make sure I didn't cut my hand open. No, I didn't. So that's good. That is today's episode. We went basic quick waterproof, windproof matches, and a good flint and steel, some nice kindling. Blowtorch, obviously, that's all the way buried in my garage and camping gear, but anything like this is going to do extremely well in the outdoors. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button if you haven't, and I will see you all tomorrow.